So here's something a little bit different I'd like to show you. This is the new Galeon 400 Fly, and as ever with Galleon boats, they pack a lot of clever design features in. It starts at about 415,000 euros. It's powered by a pair of Volvo D4 engines with 270 horsepower, which should be good for about 32 knots in the stern drive variant. But being Galleon, they do a lot of customization, so you can also have a shaft drive option or indeed IPS. And it's not just the engines that can be customized. More or less everything in the interior can be customized. So if you want a different finish or even a different piece of furniture, they will consider that too. So let's have a look around this particular one, but bear in mind that more or less anything you see on board can be changed to suit the style you want. Let's go and have a look. Now, one of the first things to notice about the setup of this Galeon 400 is the huge full-width wet bar on the transom. I don't know if you can get a feeling of just how wide that is, but it's absolutely massive, and there are two separate opening sections. So you've got a draining locker there, you've got a big sink grill, obviously a splashback there, there's a handrail that runs all the way around it, give you a bit of extra support, and then there's two more lockers underneath here which open up, and you can put your lines and fenders in there, or maybe your diving gear, whatever you want. And then sliding gates that close off the cockpit when you've got this terrace folded up, that they tuck away to make this really lovely space when you're at anchor. And of course, one of the key features of these Galleon yachts are the folding side balconies. So on both sides of the cockpit, that whole cockpit coaming folds down, and then you've got this fabulous area that creates a load more space. Really lovely views out, obviously, and then that leads up down the side deck to the foredeck, but that folds out on both sides of the cockpit. And then over on this side, this little bench backrest lifts up and out and creates another seat that faces out over that platform there, so that you can sit there, put on your flippers or masks or whatever it may be, or just enjoy a drink looking out over the cockpit area. Those are little controls for the balcony itself, electrically activated, so press the button and then up and down, the whole balcony folds down, and then you can put up these ropes just to give you some kind of protection if you want. So moving through on the Galeon 400, you've got these bifold doors that all tuck up to make a really nice big opening into this saloon. And then one of the nice things about this dinette is that the seat back lifts up and over, so that you can also have that seat facing aft, so that it communicates with other people sitting around the cockpit, which that in itself has really big tables. They all fold out, so you can get a big square table area here and a really nice sociable area. So now you can see what that dinette looks like with the backrest folded into the normal position. You've got a really big seating area there, plenty of room to sit around that table. That folds up too to make bigger dining space. You've got a little settee over on the port side, high-low television that tucks down there. And you can see that even here, the windows stretch all the way down to deck level, so they really are floor-to-ceiling windows. There's a small step up to the galley area and the helm. It's just a little lip, really. And then fairly conventional galley. Got 2-ring burner, sink, and your trash can. And then fridge tucked under here. And a proper little Siemens oven all there. And of course, that's very sociably connected. You've got the helm over on the starboard side, nice little drinks holder, exactly as you expect, throttles and a joystick. This is powered by twin D4 Volvo engines. And then staircase leading down. Now remember, this is only a 40-foot flybridge, but what you've got here is a forward VIP cabin with scissor action berths. They're quite tall, those beds, but it does mean you can either step up through the middle have them as two singles if they're pushed out, or push the two together and make a really good sized double. Got some pretty generous hull windows either side, and although the sun pads are in place, you can't really see, but there's a strip of glazing down the middle that should mean plenty of natural light coming in. Some nice detailing here too. You can see this almost kind of woven effect in the bed head, quite stylish little reading lights, and then Jack and Jill entry to the ensuite bathroom. And what they've actually done is they've put the toilet in the shower stall, so you can at least have a dry area for the sink itself, which is behind the door, but the toilet and the shower area are the same. And of course there is entrance out back into the lobby, so it can be used as a day heads. And then moving back, you can see that this is the master suite, and it is actually a full beam cabin. So remember, this is only a 40-foot boat, but you can see it does stretch across the full beam. Obviously on this size of boat there isn't room for full standing headroom down here, and the bed is really very low. It's really only kind of 6 inches off the ground, and of course crouching headroom only, but nevertheless it's a big old bed. You have got that luxury of the full beam with windows on both sides, so again should be nice and light. And there is standing headroom here in the lobby area, so you can stand and get changed. And of course there is the ensuite bathroom, again with proper headroom in here, and actually a really generous separate shower stall with an overhead shower and the usual pull-out one. So 2 generous cabins, 2 ensuite bathrooms, all in a 40-foot Flybridge. So this is the Flybridge on the Galleon 400, and they've made really good use of the space up here. There's a very sociable little seating area. You've got a corner bench over on the starboard side next to the helm, 2 good forward facing seats, a little extension for the throttles to keep them nice and close to hand, big screen but analog dials too, a convenient little wet bar. I'm sure you can fit that out with a grill. There's a big fridge drawer down there. Oh, that's no, these are little locks. There you go. See the size of that drawer, plenty of space in there. And then a really big table and seating area wrapping all the way around the stern. Nice big teak table, roll down open. So you've got plenty of seating and enough space to sit around there, have your lunch, with 2 big sat domes and radar up on the back. Really good use of the space on what is only a 40-foot Flybridge boat. Now there's another thing I want to show you about the side windows of this saloon. If you can see along this side deck here, this whole full height glass section slides back to create a massive opening. It's not a door, it's a massive opening. The whole thing opens up onto the helm, so you can sit at the helm with no interruption. You've got a fabulous view out, and of course you can pop out onto the side deck to deal with lines and fenders, talk to the crew, or just run along and enjoy the lovely breeze that comes through that. It's so much bigger and better than just a little side door. Well, that concludes our short tour of the Galleon 400 Fly here at the Dusseldorf show. I hope you enjoyed watching, and don't forget to clock back in and see which other boats we're going to look around shortly. Thanks for watching. Bye.